Hey guys, Glenn Groves here with GTG Financial, representing the Veterans Advancement Committee. All right, so I want to talk today about one of the biggest aces we have up our sleeves as wholesalers and really just good VA lenders. Okay, this is the NPMA33 form. Those of you that aren't familiar, this is an awesome way in order to circumvent having an underwriter look at a full pest report for clearance. Now, for those of you that live in an area that does not have the requirement for a pest report as part of a VA loan, good for you. Those of us that do have to deal with this stuff all the time. Me being based in California, you can see we are heavily required to have these on every single deal. Now, before coming a wholesale broker, I always thought, all right, we always need a pest report, right? You're always going to need this on every single deal. And then I learned this great trick with the NPMA 33 form that allows you to essentially waive needing to show the full report to a lender. So the way that this works is that the actual form, it's a HUD form, okay, and it's called out in chapter 13 of the handbook. You're going to want to know that, the appendix and the chapter, so that you can put it in an underwriter's face when they go, what the heck are you talking about? All right. This form needs to be filled out by the pest inspector, so you still need an inspection to make this thing fly, signed by the buyer and the seller of the property. The absolute biggest key with this is that the property cannot have any active infestation. Okay, as long as there's no active infestation, and obviously the other pieces that go along with this, if an appraiser sees anything and calls it out, you're cooked, right? You're going to need to send the whole report to the underwriter when they call for it. We all know how that game works sometimes, but as long as there's no active infestation on the property, you can use this form and it just checks the box, and the lender will accept that in lieu of reviewing a full Section 1 clearance and then them, maybe calling out any Section 2 stuff, which we haven't had happen in a few years. But again, you guys know how that can of worms can kind of get opened up on you. Okay. Now, here's what you really want to make sure of. Number one, does the pest inspector know about this form and know how to fill this out? Because you do not want them filling this thing out saying, oh, also there was some other stuff on the attached report they put it with. It's like, look, man, I just need you to inspect it and put on this form, check the box that there's no active infestation, that you did actually inspect the property. Okay. Number two, and this is really important with all of us working with multiple different lenders, is the lender aware of the NPMA 33 and will they accept it? Because there's probably going to be an overlay that is not published anywhere. And when you try and pull this on a lender and you're a week into a transaction, they say, good one. But, I talked to the senior, the underwriting staff, the manager, whoever. We can't accept it on this one. You're cooked. Okay. So you just have to be very careful when you do use this, but when you find a lender that does, and a lot of the big boys will accept this, and others will tell you that they do, they just don't publish it anywhere. Just ask up front. Okay. This is an excellent sales tactic for your real estate agents as well, especially the listing agents, right? We're always running into those myths of, the seller's going to have to pay for all this stuff, or it's coming as is, and we're not going to deal with any of the things that the veteran's going to require us to pay for to be repaired. Okay, no. You can talk to them and say, look, I have a form. As long as there's no active infestation, this form should take care of all of it. Now, you can't have, siding falling off, gutters falling off a property, broken windows, the stuff where an appraiser is going to call that out, right? But as long as there's nothing major, nothing visible to the naked eye, this form can be your best friend with earning new business and helping veterans achieve that goal of using their home loan benefit. Now, big caveat with this as well, okay, is that the pest inspection still needs to get done so that the veteran can see the actual shape of this property. This is not to pull the wool over their eyes and say, well, we got the deal done because we were able to fill this form out and have a box check. They still need to know what they're getting themselves into, okay? This is not to replace the report. It's in lieu of for the underwriting process, all right? So happy to answer any questions on this. Been using it now for 3 or 4 years. Learned about it through Vetted VA. Phenomenal group, by the way. If you're not in there, get in the professionals group or apply to become a moderator. But thank you guys for watching, and let's keep doing those VA loans out there, guys.